Jai Shri Nandalala. Welcome everybody to our 2021 Guru Purnima celebration. A quick rundown of the program today. We will have a reading from Pujyashree Akka's translated works, followed by a prayer song and a description of what is Guru Purnima and how it is celebrated in the Nandalala religious families. We'll have a chanting of Guru Shlokas, and we are very honored and privileged today to have talks by two Nandajis, Sri Patke and Sri Hariharan, who will be talking on the occasion related to Guru Purnima, the teachings of Pujyashree Akka, how it relates to teachings by Sant Tukaram and his Abhangs, as well as how Pujyashree Akka's teachings relate to what the definition of a guru is as defined by Paramacharya Chandrasekharendra Saraswati from the Kanchi Mada. We will also have a silent meditation for about a minute and followed by Aarti. And during the Aarti, we'll try to take the camera into the Tulsi Puja room so everybody can see the live Aarti. All of these program pieces today are being followed per the guidance of Pujyashree Akka. She herself, in her own words, had talked about how Guru Purnima could be celebrated. And we are really, really fortunate that it was recorded and made available to everybody. And we have tried our best to follow that suggestion. So with that, we will start with a reading of Pujyashree Akka's translated work. I just wanted to remind everybody the program is being recorded, and in the video feeds coming in the gallery, you will see a camera that is focused on the Padam, Pujyashree Akka's Padam in Tulsi. So if you want to take darshan while the talks are going on, you can do that as well. So with that, I will hand over to Namrata to introduce Neha, and who will be reading from Pujyashree Akka's book.
Today I have a pleasure to introduce our own Radhe Tulsi Neha Kaul. She attended Nandalala Children's Club at age of 8 and has been associated with Nandalala Mission since then. Neha has learned piano for 10 years and she is an avid soccer player. Neha recently graduated in English literature from Cal Poly San Luis Obispo in California. Currently, she is working as a screenwriter's research assistant for the summer. Welcome, Neha. Now I will request Neha to read a chapter from Sri Amma's book, Speaking Virtues.
Happy Guru Purnima. I will be reading a chapter from Speaking Virtues. The book discusses 36 different types of feelings and how we should navigate them in life. And I will be reading a chapter on devotion. And each chapter in the book covers a specific feeling, and it is told from the point of view of that certain feeling. So I will be speaking from the point of view of devotion. People want Shakti, but they have forgotten that I am here to make that possible. If everything can be done by ourselves, why all this talk about lack and impossibility and inability? It is precisely because there is a prime player that we are able to play all kinds of games. And we think we are playing with our own efforts. And somewhere in the middle, we stop. The creditor from whom we borrowed wants the money back. Will he go away if you simply say there is nothing more to pay? His arithmetic is never wrong. That is what I am frequently reminding you of. Before him, we are all the poorest of the poor. He is the wealthiest. To beg him for alms is a matter of pride for us. Why doesn't this cry fall on anyone's ears? Isn't it the height of ignorance to bargain with God, saying, take this and give me that? He doesn't ask us for anything, for any reason, but he has decreed so much for this, so much for that. We keep awake in the day and go to sleep in the night, but day and night he is awake only to protect us. That is what we should keep in our minds, say I. So many great souls have spoken to us. So many have written their experiences. Hasn't it all just been done to make our paths to reach him easier? They lived long, and the virtuous code they followed is our holy book. Just decide to follow that code, and part of the burden we carry will shed itself. I am ever anxious that our attention should never waver. Each pulse beat should keep reminding us that every moment we make, rising, standing up, walking, resting, is directed by him. Only because that belief is constantly being injected into my nerves, there is new life ever springing from them. We should enjoy every bit of the beauty of his creation. Plants are green and all fruits are tasty only because he casts his eye on them. How else can we demonstrate the power of our speech but by singing his praise? He is the speech. He is the substance of the speech. He is the fruit of the speech. He is the wholeness of speech. People say, no time. That is the complaint of those who have spent so much time letting their mind dwell on meaningless jobs. Were those jobs right? Were they necessary? That is my question. After all, we can avoid being constricted by all the deficiencies of our earthly existence only if we can realize him within this life. Shouldn't we fly high, fluttering our wings in that vast expanse that is his grace? By his grace, bowing at his feet, exalts the noble Manikavasagar in Shiva Purana. Yes, we need his grace to win his grace. But we can't keep quiet saying, then there is nothing for me to do. That is what I chant repeatedly. We can make him the object of our penance in solitude. In any fall, we can take refuge in him and rise at once. Only he can perform 100 miracles in a moment. We carry out our day-to-day tasks, some of them knowing the reason why we are doing them, and many without any reason. Does that mean all our duties are over and done with? He is the ultimate reason which we should never lose sight of. He alone is present with his tender look, seeing to it that we do not dwindle into nothing by the ravages of time, like a piece of wood eaten away by termites. The heart melts pining away, unable to have his vision to our heart's content. And only after such melting and pining are his lotus feet planted in our hearts. He accepts the Abhishekam, Alamkaram, and Archanas that we perform only as tokens of our enthusiasm. But we shouldn't rest with these tokens. That is what I keep saying repeatedly and emphatically. Sundaramurti Nayanar prayed that the heart should itself be consecrated as a temple. He transcended all the limits of our terrestrial existence. It is the consecration of that temple that the divine blessed, planting his feet first there. All this happened in the past, but the truth behind it is worth realizing even today. Why all this vain talk demanding explanations? Don't we know that there will be no time to reverse all that? The root of all our ills is that we forget the most significant truths. It is a duty enjoined on me to proffer advice. It is my responsibility to do it any number of times, so my speech never goes waste. A state of rapture, the bliss of being in his power, the tenderness of being truly moved. Let us pray to that ocean of mercy that we will be forever blessed with such states. Much in this talk by me, devotion, might appear to you to be ancient, but what is novel now will become a riddle that is not worth solving. Truth will expand itself into a vast expanse. Come with me with love in your hearts. Jane and Luella. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Neha, for reading to us from Pujyashree Akka's book and starting off the program today. Next, we will have a prayer, and this will be performed by Vidya Ravi Kumar. Vidya has been learning the art of Carnatic music for the past 18 years. And she started learning under the guidance of Srimati Lata Sriram, a prominent teacher in Fremont, California, at the tender age of 5. Under her tutelage, she had the opportunity to perform in many productions and in front of many great Vidwans like Sri T.M. Krishna, Srimati Aruna Sairam, and Sri R.K. Sriram Kumar. Over the past couple of years, Vidya has been under the guidance of Srimati Kalyani Shankar, a renowned violinist and vocalist in Chennai, who has accompanied many prominent artists. Vidya Ravikumar recently graduated from the University of California, Berkeley, with a bachelor's in computer science and is currently working as a software engineer at Ironclad, a startup in San Francisco. She's also been learning Bharatanatyam under Srimati Indumati Ganesh, a leading guru in Fremont, California for the past 15 years. She performed her Arangetram in January 2016 and continues to perform across the Bay Area. Let's welcome Vidya, and I will play the video she has already recorded with the prayer song.
போங்க அந்த ஸ்கிரீனுக்கு போங்க அந்த ஸ்கிரீனுக்கு போங்க
சதுர்வேதங்கள் ஓம் என துதி பாடிடும் பரஞ்சோதியே. 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 பதமாமல தொழுதேனையா, பதமாமல தொழுதேனையா, பதமாமல தொழுதேனையா, பதமாமல தொழுதேனையா, பரிந்தேயருள் சிவானியா, பரிந்தேயருள் சிவானியா, பரிந்தேயருள் சிவானியா. போதனே கஜமாமு ககதீய கணநாதனே போதனே. Thank you, Vidya, for the Ganesha prayer song. Really appreciate you taking time to record and send the prayer song for us for this occasion. Next, we'll have Ravi read about the significance of Guru Purnima for all of us.
Thank you, Gayatri. Good evening, Jayanandalala. So, what is Guru Purnima? Guru Purnima is an auspicious function to revere sage Vyasa. Vyasa is the title given to a sage or rishi who's born in every Dwapara Yuga. He divides the Hindu holy scripture, the Veda, into 4 parts for the good of the world and expounds the Puranas duly to preserve the religion. Vedavyasa is also considered an Amsa of Sri Vishnu. In this Kali Yuga, if it were not for Vyasa, we would not have had any Hindu religion. The Shanmatas and the philosophies of Advaita, Dvaita, and Vishishtadvaita are all based on the texts of Vyasa. It is through Vyasa that it is through Vyasa we have all the Ashtostras and Sahasranamas. The Puranas have been expounded in detail by him. The Srimad Bhagavatam, which expounds on various avatars of Sri Vishnu, and the Mahabharata were dictated by him. Bhagavad Gita is part of Mahabharata. Vyasa is therefore the central and revered figure in all Hindu traditions. Vyasa Purnima, also known as Guru Purnima, celebrates Vedavyasa. The Chaturmas that follows the Guru Purnima is a period of contemplation and looking inwards. Pujyashree Akka can also be compared to Vyasa, as she has compiled the teachings of last 5,000 years in modern idioms in her own words. Unlike all other saints who have had their works conveyed through their disciples, Pujyashree Akka has written all that she wanted to communicate. And we have her teachings in her own words. Vyasa Purnima is like Teacher's Day. At Nandalala centers in India, a Guru Puja is conducted. Vyasa's painting is taken on a procession around the temple and Veda chanting, bhajans and music. And Arati marks the end of the function. Pujyashree Akka also suggested discourses, silent meditation on this day. Several chapters also arrange readings of her books to mark the occasion. Let us celebrate Guru Purnima by reflecting on life and contributions of Sage Vyasa and pay respect to him and our Guru, Her Holiness Pujyashree Madhyuli Saraswati. Thank you.
Thank you, Ravi. With that, we will go to the chanting of Guru Paduka Stotram by Sri Nagaraj.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shrutismrutipurāṇānaṁ ālayam karuṇālayam namāmi bhagavatpāda Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankarācāryam Keshavam Bādarayanam Sutrabhāshyakritau Vande Bhagavantau Punak Punaha. Shri Guru Paduka Stotram Ananta samsara samudratara naukayitabhyam guru bhaktidabhyam vairagya samrajyada pujanabhyam namo namah Shri Guru Padukabhyam kavitvavarashi nishakarabhyam daurbhagyadamam budamalikabhyam Durikrutanam ravipattidabhyam Namo namah Shri Guru Padukabhyam Natayayo Shri Patitam Samiyuhu Kadachidapyashu daridravariyaha Mukascha vachas patitam hitabhyam Namo namah Shri Guru Padukabhyam Nalikanikashapadakrutabhyam Nanavimohadinivarikabhyam Namajjanadhishtatatipradabyam Namo namah Shri Guru Padukabhyam Drupali Maulim Vrajaratnakanti Saridvirajat Jashakanyakabhyam Drupatvadabhyam Nataloka Pankte Namo namah Shri Guru Padukabhyam Papandhakarakaparamparabyam Tapatrayahindra Khageshwarabhyam Jadyabdi Samshoshanavadavabhyam Namo namah Shri Guru Padukabhyam Shamadhishatkah Pradavaibhavabhyam Samadhidanam Vratadikshitabhyam Ramadavangristhirabhaktidabhyam Namo namah Shri Guru Padukabhyam Swarcha Bhagivestadabhyam Swaha Sahayaksha Durandarabhyam स्वान्ताच्छभावप्रदपूजनाभ्यां नमो नमः श्रीगुरुपादुकाभ्यां कामादिसर्पव्रजगारुडाभ्यां विवेकवैराग्यनिधिप्रदाभ्यां बोधप्रदाभ्यां दुतमोक्षदाभ्यां नमो नमः श्रीगुरुपादुकाभ्याम्. Thank you. Jai Nandalala.
Thank you, Nagraj. Next, we are going into the talks part of the program. Umesh will be introducing Sri Patke, who's our invited speaker. He's one of our invited speakers. And I just wanted to make sure I get the audio right. So I'm just going to pause for a minute to make sure I get the audio set up right, because we have a abang we are going to play. So in the meantime, please take darshan of the puja room, and while I get the audio straightened out. Yeah. Okay, we are back. And I think I've made the corrections for the audio, so it should come out better. Umesh Apte will be introducing our invited speaker, Sri Fatke. Go ahead, Umesh.
Jai Shri Nandalala. It is my honor and privilege to introduce Mr. Ravindraji Gopal Phadke.
Turn on your audio, Umesh. You're muted.
Oh, really? I thought
No,
I
I can hear him fine.
Okay. Are people able to hear me?
Yes.
Okay. He's been okay. Thank you. He's been a member of Nandalala
The
Seva
audio is not
Society.
coming through, Umesh.
Gayatri is coming through fine for us.
Coming through for me.
Yeah, we can hear. I can hear too.
He has been a member of Nandalala Seva Samiti Vijayanagar Subcommittee, Children's Wing, Bangalore since 1999. He teaches shlokas on Sundays at Shanakshana Vijayanagar, Bangalore.
Umesh, can you wait a minute? I don't think the audio is coming through. Just give a second, please.
Okay.
Continue, Umesh.
I'll start from the beginning. So it is really a great honor and privilege to introduce Nandaji, Mr. Ravindran Gopal Phadke. He's been an active member of Nandalala Seva Samiti Vijayanagar Subcommittee Children's Wing, Bangalore since 1999. There he teaches shlokas on Sundays at Kshana Kshana. He's actively participating in Balakrishna project, where they distribute milk on weekly basis at 3 government schools around Vijayanagar, Bangalore. His dedication and devotion to Pujya Shri Amma has led him to study at Das Bodh by Samarth Ramdas Swami for last 24 years. And it is his humility that he still considers himself as a student. He's also a guide for a postal course on Das Bodh, and he has also studied very extensively about Sant Tukaram's Abhangs as well. With Pujya Shri Amma's grace and blessings, and also by people demand by a lot of people and devotees, he has published an e-book named Amruta Bindu, in which he has done Nirupan, which is loosely translated as an explanation and elaboration of Sant Tukaram Maharaj's Abhang. Along with the Vedic studies, he has achieved the success equally in his career throughout. He has done post-graduation in industrial electronics, and he has served as head of materials management group and earlier in quality assurance departments. He has retired as additional general manager from BHEL Electronics Division in 2005. Welcome, Nandaji Ravindra Phadke. Thank you. Today, he is going to talk on Sant Tukaram's Abhang and Pujya Shri Amma's teaching. This Abhang is actually praising the solitude and the company of the nature and children of God, if you will. Without further ado, I'll request Nandaji Ravindra to proceed. Thank you. Jai Nandalala.
We're going to play the Abhang first. So we'll do that. And then with the music of the Abhang in our minds, we'll be able to better relate to Shri Phadke's talk.
वृक्षवल्ली आम्हा सोयरी वनचरे वृक्षवल्ली आम्हा सोयरी वनचरे वृक्षवल्ली आम्हा सोयरी वनचरे वृक्षवल्ली आम्हा सोयरी वनचरे पक्षिः सुस्वरे आळवीति वृक्षवल्ली आम्हा सोयरी वनचरे वृक्षवल्ली आम्हा सोयरी वनचरे वृक्षवल्ली आम्हा सोयरी वनचरे वृक्षवल्ली आम्हा सोयरी वनचरे आकाश मंडप पृथ्वी आसन आकाश मंडप पृथ्वी आसन रमे तेथे वृक्षवल्ली आम्हा सोयरी वनचरे वृक्षवल्ली आम्हा सोयरी वनचरे हरिकथा भोजन परवडी विस्तार हरिकथा भोजन परवडी विस्तार हरिकथा करोनी प्रकार सेवो रुचि करोनी प्रकार सेवो रुचि करोनी प्रकार सेवो रुचि तुका म्हणे होय मनासी संवाद तुका म्हणे होय मनासी संवाद आपुलाची वाद आपणासी वृक्षवल्ली आम्हा सोयरी वनचरे वृक्षवल्ली आम्हा सोयरी वनचरे पक्षी सुस्वरे आळविती वृक्षवल्ली आम्हा सोयरी वनचरे वृक्षवल्ली आम्हा सोयरी वनचरे
Go ahead, Shri Patke.
Okay. Om सर्वविघ्नहरं देवं सर्वविघ्नविवर्जितं सर्वसिद्धिप्रदातारं वन्देऽहं गणनायकम् अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः कवीन्द्राणां चेतः कमलवनबालातपरुचिं भजन्ते ये सन्तः कविचिदरुणामेव भवतीम्. Kindly go back to first slide.
Yeah.
विरिञ्चि प्रेरस्यात् तरुणतर शृङ्गार लहरी गभीराभि वाग्भिर्विदधति सतां रज्जनममि. Next.
Bring it down and leave it.
Om Matiyoli Sharanam. Sashtang Namaskar. My Sashtang Namaskar at the lotus feet of Shri Akka, our Sadguru, and pranams to all Nandajis. By the grace of Shri Akka, today I am here to speak about the similarities in the teachings of Shri Akka and Sant Tukaram Maharaja, who was a very famous poet saint in the 16th century. He has written about 4,000 abhangas or hymns, and through this he has propagated the bhakti, the devotion amongst the masses all through the Maharashtras. Next. Sant Tukarama says that meditating on God and recitation of his name will unite such a Haridasa or a Bhakta or a devotee with Lord himself. What we do in Vinayati Padigam is the same. We pray to her, that we meditate on her, so that we will be attaining moksha by uniting with her lotus feet. When I studied various writings of Sant Tukarama and whatever was available to me from flute and other literature, I understood that faith, bhakti, that is devotion, surrender and service, these are the four pillars which will be useful to us and on the basis of which we will be attaining the union with her lotus feet. Next. Faith is foremost, everybody knows that, and bhakti is unalloyed love for God. Nandaji Neha read the chapter on bhakti. Lot of elaboration was there, so I need not say again. Next. There is a famous Abhanga from Tukaram Maharaj. In his times, he was concerned that people were spending time in attending only personal things and running behind physical enjoyments, etc., etc. And for the ignorant devotees, he has written number of Abhangas. I selected only this one. In this Abhanga, basically he is making the devotee to contemplate. He is asking him, "Oh man, why don't you remember the God? He is the one who is running the whole universe and who waters the plants in the jungle in hot summer? It is He. He is the one who has created milk, which is there in mother's breast, and child grows on that milk. Why don't you remember him? Why don't you remember him? Because actually he is the one who is taking care of you." Next. When we read Sri Akka's literature, one of the point which I have selected from the vast portions available is that contemplation is very important. Unless and until one does the contemplation, nothing will be possible. And she has told us that we should contemplate. Then what will happen? That God realization will dawn on our mind. How to do contemplation? A simple method which I adopted and many of us can adopt is that to think how God has been taking care of us from the moment we were conceived in our mother's womb, then after birth and up till now. In younger days, our parents, they have taken care of us. As we have grown, we have started becoming independent. That is what is expected also by God. And then number of times, some problems did come, some good events did occur, and with all that we have learned that He is the doer. God is actually enabling us to learn from all our experiences, and then because of that, we are able to do most of the things. Nehaji's reading has actually communicated this message much better way. So now let us see what Sri Akka has told us. She has told us that we should take the ship of divine name to cross this ocean of samsara. She has asked us specifically to cling it to divine name all the time, throughout, 24/7. Next. Santa Tukarama's Abhanga, which is here, explains how this recitation is to be done. By tongue, we should recite his name. By eyes, ears, we can hear and hear his glories and see his glories. And mind, obviously, must seek his feet. Tukarama says, don't forget him. And he has written a Abhanga. I have produced only 2 lines out of it, which are more important at this point. That reciting the holy name of God is the simplest method. Why? Because what happens that when the name of Lord, any name, when we speak about it or when we simply say it in our mind alone, his image is formed in our mind, and because of that image, we get united with him for that moment. All his good virtues are also absorbed by us. We start becoming pure because he is pure. And then when we separate, we remain pure. That is how we start remembering him. Actually, Namasmarana starts with the Vaikhari or speech, but over a period of time, it becomes a habit and it keeps on reciting inside our mind automatically. When this happens, Tukarama says that Narayana comes to the house. Obviously, when we remember his name, naturally he is in our heart. Next. What happens is that over a period of time, with experience that God has been protecting us, yearning gets in our mind. And when this yearning becomes intense, then a stage comes when the devotee and God both are united. It is the moksha which the devotee attains, liberation. Tukarama says that think about the example of a caterpillar which is stung by the mother butterfly. In its kosha, it keeps on thinking about the butterfly and then emerges out as a butterfly. The Namasmarana actually will develop this kind of yearning. Next. This is Akka's saying. Akka says that when we want to do all these things, what happens? Lot of problems are faced. Our mind always keeps on running towards worldly objects because the thinking is that I have to do these things as a work so that I can earn money and enjoy further and further. Most of the times, most of the people, they believe that happiness lies in sensual enjoyment from worldly objects. And actually this kind of thinking results in number of rebirths, birth, death, birth, death. That cycle keeps on continuing. There is no moksha. And when sense organs are running like that, nobody can help except the Lord. Govinda is the name which is one of the name of Lord Shri Krishna. Next slide. Go means our indriyas. Please go back. Go means our indriyas, sense organs, jnanendriyas, karmendriyas, and mind. So he is the one who is controlling our, he is the one who can actually do this control. So what we have to do next? We have to surrender to him. Next slide. Here comes the concept of total surrender. What Shri Akka has told us? She has told us that entrust yourself to the God. What is the meaning of this entrustment? Actually, when we keep on thinking, it comes out that God is the owner of everything. So if whatever comes to me has been given by him to me for doing my work in this samsara, but he is the owner. We are just like the trustees. So this is one enlightenment that comes to our mind. Second one, as we have seen, the mind is clear that God is the doer. If we really think only he is the doer, today Corona has come, Corona will go as per his wish and will only. Anyway, one has to understand, and over a period of time, this thought gets fixed that God is the doer. And then what happens? The moment this is understood, this is down, then we surrender to the God. Now, everything he is going to do. Whatever we do is because we become his instrument. Mother cat keeps her kittens in wherever she wants. Kitten does only one simple thing. It keeps on remembering its mother by saying meow and meow. This is the Drishtanta example given by Sri Ramakrishna Paramhamsa, and I thought that it is worth producing here. So we have to entrust ourselves to God. That is it. Next. And Tukaram Maharaj also has gone through this problem. His mind, he says, is very mercurial. And what is happening? He is not able to control him. It's his own mind. So what he is saying, please Narayana, come and save me. That is what he is requesting in this Abhanga. He says, please rescue me. So important thing is we have to put efforts, and when nothing happens, we have to surrender, and then God will definitely rescue us. Only when such surrender happens, then what happens? Let us see in the next slide. Next. Shri Akka has said this saying. I read it in Suraksha Center. It reads that all actions are God's wish. Since He is the root cause of all happenings, when something happens, He will have some reason for it. Actually, this bhava has to get totally fixed in the mind. Then the surrender is almost complete. And when this happens, then what happens? The devotee is no more worried. All his worries are gone. He is simply becoming the instrument of God. Whatever happens, he accepts it as a God's will, and he knows that it is happening only for his welfare. Santa Tukarama, Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita also has told this point. Ananyash chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyam. We know all this. So I will say what happened to Santa Tukarama, how he experienced the whole love from Lord Vithala. He says, how my Vithala loves me. He has himself become my Guru. He is always protecting me everywhere and saving me from all injuries or any injuries. Have we not experienced this when we have come under the umbrella of Sri Akka? Yes, we do have also experienced this. So this Abhanga is telling us how to do surrender. Next. Now I am coming to one of the major teachings. This is the fourth pillar of our talk, in which Akka's saying from one of the flute I have reproduced. Service to the society with human attitude and compassion is to serve the God. Actually, before going in this slide's detail, I want to say that our kindly go back. Previous slide. In Vedanta, it has been told that originally only Parabrahman was there, all pervading, omnipresent. And Parabrahman had inspiration that I should multiply Ekoham Bahusyam. This is called Adi Sankalpa. And then Parabrahma, the process of multiplication started. It is God's Leela. But this Adi Sankalpa has many other names. One of the names is Ishvara, Mula Maya, Mula Purusha, Ardhanari, Nateshwar, etc. Shri Akka is actually the Parabrahman. She has taken the human form and came to us to take us across this ocean of samsara. So Parabrahman became Ishvara, and Ishvara has his Maya as the power. With this power, using Ashtadha Prakriti, he produced the whole universe in which we are there. In this universe, there are inert objects and moving objects. Moving objects have Chaitanya because Ishvara has put his own Amsha in that. And this indicates, this process is to indicate to all of us that everybody, every being is my brother or sister. This is the point where the concept of service to the society becomes more and more clear. Next. We have heard this Abhanga. Tukarama has said in this Abhanga his own experience. He has reached that stage where he has experienced that everything is Lord only. And that's why he says that even the creepers and trees in the jungle, different animals roaming, everybody is near and dear to him. That is what has happened to his mind. He has become united with Lord Krishna. Next. Shri Akka also expects that we should do the service. And what she expects from this service, she wants us to do this service in Sahaja Bhava. What is Sahaja Bhava? Sahaja Bhava is natural feeling that I should serve the needy and those who are in trouble. So when this Sahaja Bhava comes, then there is no expectation. It becomes a nishkama service. Service without any expectations, not even a word of thanks. That is how this Sahaja Bhava is. And Shri Akka has asked us that we should do all our service in Sahaja Bhava. We are doing so many projects. So we must always remember that our service, we are doing nothing but serving the Lord. And then this service becomes totally Sahaja Bhava. Let us see the next Abhanga, Jeka Ranjale Ganjale. Next. This Abhanga is very important because this Abhanga describes our Sadguru Shri Akka herself. It is a Abhanga in which Tukaram Maharaj has said that a person, a virtuous person, is the one who is helping all others in need and sufferings because he thinks he has experience, he feels that they are his own. His heart is just like butter, very soft. He gets melted because of the sufferings of the others and he helps them. He even treats his servants as if they are his own children. For our children, we have a very special love. Same love he has for even his children. He sees differently able person, if at all, if anytime he sees a differently able person, he will hold him to his heart. He loves, the way he loves his children, same way he loves his servants also. Tukarama says, I don't have words even to describe what this kind of person's virtues are. He is actually the real God in the form of human being. Now let us think about Shri Akka as well. Isn't she like that? She has spent her whole life only for what? Only for the welfare of human society. She has given us so many projects. Please, previous slide. She has given us so many projects. We are doing, there is a school which is running to develop the poor children in Hyderabad. We are doing Matru Seva. We are doing Project Balakrishna so that the poor children will get milk and they will develop. My school headmasters many a times told us that when you have started giving milk, actually many children who were not coming to the school have started coming and school's performance also has increased. In Chennai, we are running dialysis center. In Bangalore, there is a physiotherapy center. Number of such projects are going on everywhere at the by the grace of Shri Akka and her inspiration. That is how Shri Akka's work is continuing, even though physically she has left us. Santa Tukarama also did the same thing in his own time. During famine, he gave all the whatever was available in his house and distributed to the people. And even when there was no famine, if anybody came to his shop, he was a shopkeeper selling grains. And he used to give the grains freely to his people whosoever demanded it. Whatever he used to get, he used to give everything back to the society. We can definitely do something from our own, that's by doing the service as Shri Akka has guided. In fact, this is the last Abhanga which I wanted to share here. Next. Now, I want to say a little something. I have tried to bring out similarity of teachings of Shri Akka and Santa Tukaram as per my understanding, which is quite limited. And today is being the Guru Purnima day, I want to offer this literature service to her lotus feet. Thank you all Nandalala mission members and Samiti members for giving me this opportunity to do this seva. Pranams to all of you. Jai Nandalala.
Very good.
Thank you very much, Shri Phadkeji. That was a very illuminating talk, how you combined the teachings of Sant Tukaram Maharaj and Pujya Shri Akka, and also introduced to many of us who are not very familiar with Abhangs to that music. And we'll all make sure we familiarize ourselves and play it at Tulsi for sure as one of the bhajans. Thank you very much. So the next, we would like to have our second speaker talk to us. And before I introduce Shri Hariharan, wanted to just share with you all a reading. This is a speech given by Kanchi Kamakoti Maha Swami Paramacharya Chandrasekharendra Saraswati. And in one of his talks, he talked about the definition of a guru. He says, a guru is one who dispels darkness, one who removes the darkness of ignorance and makes a disciple wise. A guru is one who bestows the knowledge and helps the disciple not only to reach his goal, but also makes him steady. By that we mean a guru makes the disciple preserve and remember whatever has been learned without losing or forgetting it. A guru is one who desires to teach and attains fulfillment from seeing the student comprehend what has been taught. A guru is one who removes the sins of the disciple and makes them a Punya Purusha. A guru is one who is a Nirguna Brahma, who is present within and everywhere, and capable of also making the disciple attain that stature. The guru hands over to the disciple not only all that the guru knows and experienced, but also makes the disciple equally perfect in Atmanubhava, which is a self-experience. We requested Shri Hariharan to reflect on these definitions of a guru and share with us his experience relating to Pujya Shri Akka. Shri Hariharan is an ardent devotee of Shri Akka since 1985. He's been involved in multiple activities across various Nandalala chapters around the world. He's currently the president of Madhyoli Nandalala Mission Canada, based in Toronto. He's a chartered accountant by profession and has worked in various companies in India, Dubai, Kuwait, and Toronto. Let's give a warm welcome to Shri Hariharan. Please go ahead.
Jai Nandalala, Matiyoli Sharanam. I would like to thank the team of Nandalala Mission USA for giving me this opportunity to talk on this auspicious day of Guru Purnima about our Guru, Pujya Sri Matiyoli R. Saraswati, whom I fondly call Akka. Indeed, what I am today is only with Akka's blessings, and I feel this process still continues. Thank you, Akka, for selecting me and giving me an opportunity to become a Nandalala Sevak. Today, I have chosen the topic. Our Guru Sri Akka is the one who dispels darkness, one who removes darkness of ignorance and makes a disciple wise. Akka is the divine light that gives us all sustenance. To quote Sri Akka, to those who wander in the darkness of ignorance, we should be little lamps that light their way to enlightenment. This should also be social service. This is very evident in the Deepamala conducted at Nandalala Temple Chennai. She has shown us the way to light the lamps and get enlightened. It is a very nice experience for about half hour in the evening at Nandalala temple. The feeling and the actions of lighting the lamps and later seeing the Aarti is a divine sight that takes us to a different level. To me, Deepamala is symbolic of how lighting lamps can extinguish the fears and doubts in our minds and fill us with joy and peace. Whenever our family is in Chennai, we always make sure to be in temple during Deepamala. When I go to Akka about some personal worries, she has always advised us to light lamps on certain days of the week as a remedial solution. She also helped arrange a Deepamala for my daughter's wedding, which was her way of bringing in the light and her blessings during one of the most important occasions in our life. She has been endeavoring continuously to dispel the darkness of ignorance surrounding Nandajis. Indeed, it is Guru Kripa from Akka for bringing us and molding us to be part of Nandalala and involving us in social service and charitable ventures. As part of Madhyoli Nandalala Mission Canada, I am involved in few activities such as soup kitchen, backpack and brown bag distribution, etc., to serve the community in whatever way possible. It is Akka's desire that Nandajis evolve in this direction and spread the light and joy that we get from her. When a mind is devoid of darkness, it opens up to imbibe knowledge. Akka as a guru has enlightened and imparted knowledge to her devotees in various ways. First, I can think of the many one-on-one conversation that many of us had with her. She has always given us directions on how to live life. The next one I feel is the amount of knowledge we gain when we organize Nandalala programs with her guidance from planning to implementation. At every stage, we are given many instructions and tips to do the job with perfection and precision. There have been times when she stands back watching us perform. Her feedback sessions after every Nandalala event is a storehouse of knowledge. Here, we learn from our errors and the areas that we need to work upon to achieve our best with her positive reinforcements. One of the biggest sources of knowledge today is from her books. In Canada, as part of Madhyoli Literary Forum, we organize reading a chapter from Akka's books with discussions every fortnight. Taking part in these sessions motivate not only me, but all the participants to imbibe the ethical values and principles in life that can make one happy. Here I would like to say we have one session tomorrow. You are all welcome to join. One other important lesson that Akka taught me is to welcome all changes that life offers. They are inevitable and natural. This is a very good message from Akka. All I can say is that Akka is making this happen in our family life and has taken us to a level we are able to accept the changes in life with abundant grace. For instance, my family and I have lived in 4 different countries and continents in the last 30 years, and it is only with her grace that we are able to adapt, accept the change, learn and flourish in every country we lived in. She helped us open our minds to new possibilities, new experiences, and new goals. We were able to seamlessly adapt to new environments and new challenges. By dispelling the darkness in us, she has also helped us remove judgment, fear of unknown, fear falling down, and help us leap forward into the unknown and take life's challenges head on. Lastly, I've also learned from Akka the importance of dhyana. Akka says, meditation is the path that shows us how to get back to the state of immortality, our natural state once again. During my days in Dubai, she had insisted me to recite 1008 Gayatris on every Thursday. I used to do this by meditating on her, and I feel this has benefited me in many ways. It is only through proper meditation in a calm environment we shall be able to develop concentration. Akka is the light within, showing us that through meditation we get clarity of thought, eradicate any negativity, and focus on the education and many lessons life has to offer us. To conclude, I would like to reiterate Akka's impact in my life. As I said earlier, Guru is the only person capable of removing doubts and leading us towards the light. We are indeed fortunate for getting Sri Akka as our Guru, and we all know she is the incarnation of Goddess Akhilandeshwari. I consider myself totally blessed to be led and guided by her. As my Guru, she taught me that lighting lamps help dispel the darkness in our minds and spread the light in the community through social service. My interactions with her helps me to gain knowledge and become a better person. The learning process continues today through her books. Finally, she initiated me into meditation, and I feel this is a powerful tool to surrender and reach her holy feet. Pranams, Madhyoli Sharanam, Jai Nandalala. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sri Hariharan. Really inspiring to hear your talk, especially how you wove the symbolism of the Deepamala to Akka's way of leading all of us from ignorance and to knowledge and making all of us her disciples. And the life lessons that you also talked about brought many memories for me as well, to recall our own experiences and how Akka taught every day by living with us and experiencing what we experienced and showing us the path for a better way to do things. Finally, the piece about meditation that you had mentioned forms a very good springboard for our event today as well, where we have included a minute of meditation so we can practice what she has emphasized to you and what we can all experience as well. I must say this is a beautiful picture that you have shared with all of us of Akka with you as well as with Sri Nandalala. Thank you again very much for talking to us at such a late hour in Toronto, and we appreciate all the sharing that you've done today. With this, we'll go into a minute of meditation. I'll be playing Veena music. Is going to be very soft, and it will end in exactly a minute, and we'll pick up the program right after the music is completed. Let's use our time to meditate and reflect on Pujya Shri Akka's teachings, as well as all the teachings of the Gurus, Saint Tukaram Maharaj also, that we heard today. And I want to just start off with this quote that Akka herself had given in one of her books, where she says, our reverence for the Guru paves the way for devotion to God. There is nothing that love for Guru will not achieve. The Guru is a selfless presence. Understanding this truth is the invaluable reward for devotion. So with that, let's begin our meditation. The Veena is by Sri Emani Shankara Sastri. We are now at the concluding session of this Guru Purnima celebration. The concluding prayer will be recited by Sri Patke, and this is Vinaytir Padigam as he recites it in English.
Om Matiyoi Yai Vidmahe Atmabalayai Dhimahi Tanno Lakshmi Prachodayat. Om Saraswatyai Cha Vidmahe Matijwalayai Dhimahi Tanno Shiva Prachodayat. Om. Meditating on Matiyoi and surrendering unto her in total faith keeps time and tide, planets and destiny all at the disposal of the surrendered five elements and 8 directions in complete control of the meditating objects and beings, animate or inanimate, tangible and intangible, will ever benefit the subject so blessed, and evils kept at bay, defeats get defeated, and success becomes the way of life. By remaining attached to Matiyoi, entire body, senses, mind and intellect will remain all the time healthy with a sense of detachment yet. Thus, meditating and surrendering unto Matiyoi, the omnipotent and omnipresent, thrice a day, keeps the subject ever happy in this birth, removes the karma and past and present, unites the meditating with the meditated, freeing him from rebirth. Om Matiyoi Gati. Om Matiyoi Vadi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Thank you very much, Shri Fatkeji, for reciting the Vinayati Padigam in English. I'm sure all of everybody who is not familiar with the Tamil language was able to get the meaning listening to this recitation in English. Thanks for doing that. Before we go to the Aarti, we will have President of Nandalala Mission, Murli Sundaresan, thank our invited speakers and the participants today. And after that, we will finish the satsang with an Aarti, and we will be going to the puja room in Tulasi, so you can see Akka's Padam as we play the Aarti.
Jai Shri Nandalala. Thank you very much for everybody for joining us today. In particular, at short notice, Sri Ravindra Patkeji and Sri Hariharan. Thank you very much for staying late, Sri Hariharan, and for rising early and joining us so that we all could be in our natural time zones. We really appreciate that. Akka used to say that, we always start a program first with saying what it is we want to do and then doing a prayer. And thank you to Neha for channeling Akka's voice from Speaking Virtues book. And thank you for the prayer song by Vidya Ravikumar. Thanks very much for pre-recording the song so that we all could hear it as well, and we can incorporate it in the future. Thanks to Ravi Ramakrishnan for explaining the significance of Guru Purnima as a function to honor Veda Vyasa and by extension to honor all the gurus. Thank you very much for that. Thanks to Sri Nagraj for his Guru Padaka Stotram. Thank you very much. Again, this was done at short notice and live, and always pleasure to hear his wonderful and melodic chanting. Thanks to Umesh Apte for introducing Sri Ravindra Patkeji and for doing all the work to invite him to join our Guru Purnima, especially Namrata, and for both of them, we owe a ton of thanks for making this program happen. And for our chief guest, Sri Ravindra Patkeji, thank you for explaining the connection between Sri Tukaram and Matiyoli Saraswati and the four pillars that you mentioned, and particularly the way Akka arranged, the Nandalala religious community and the Nandalala Seva Samiti as, two of the pillars, the Bhakti and the service to humanity pillars. And the way she did it again in the West in the form of Tulasi and in the form of Nandalala Mission and Nandalala Mission of Canada, right? The way her emphasis has always been on social service and service to humanity. And thank you for reiterating that for all of us. That was and in particular, an explanation of what an abhang is and how you surrender. That was very, very thoughtful, very, very powerful message. Thanks to Vaishnavi Ravindran for staying up despite her sickness, and thanks to Gayatri for bringing the voice of Kamakoti Paramacharya. And thanks to Sri Hariharan for reminding us about Sri Akka's grace, about, reminding us about how she used to be in the middle of all of us on this day, and you brought her into our room today. And thank you very much for doing that. We appreciate that. To all the participants who joined today, thank you very much for being patient during our technology glitches, and we really appreciate that. And most importantly, thank you very much to Umesh and Namrata Apte and Gayatri Sundaresan for putting this program together, and all our able Tulasi volunteers who are all sitting here ready for the potluck dinner that follows this. Thank you very much. We are very happy that Nandalala Mission is able to, do a lot of social service, particularly like Sri Hariharan mentioned, in the form of brown bag lunches, backpack drives, Matru Seva, the recent COVID relief fund, both in India and in the US. And we hope to be continue this in the future, driven by all the religious feelings we have for Sri Akka, and challenge, and rising up to the occasion for her challenges. She always challenged us to do more and more to the community. Thank you, both our chief guests, for reminding us about our responsibility. And Jai Nandalala, that's the last thing I wanted to say. Jai Nandalala, thank you very much.
Thank you, Murli, for extending our acknowledgements and recognition, and thank you to our invited speakers, as well as all the participants who called in from various parts of the world. We'll now move to the Aarti. This will be the final piece of our get-together this evening and morning in India. Give us a couple of minutes to get to the puja room. Sri Nagaraj will be doing the Aarti in the puja room, and we will play the Aarti song dedicated to Pujya Sri Akka, which is a Tamil song, Annai Annai. So give us a few minutes and we'll get started. We'll start the Aarti song and you will see Nagraj doing the Dhupam, Deepam, Naivedyam, Aarti.
आदिशक्ति अंबिकै कनंत कोटि मंगलम आदिशक्ति अंबिकै कनंत कोटि मंगलम एन्नुल्ले विलंगुम एंगलेश्वरीக்கு मंगलम एन्नुल्ले विलंगुम अन्नै सरस्वतीக்கு मंगलम इच्छையாவும் முற்று வைக்கும் சிற்றுவைக்கு मंगलम இச்சையாவும் முற்று வைக்கும் சிற்றுவைக்கு மங்களம் அன்னை 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 அன்பினுக்கு மங்களம் தாழ்விலாத தன்மையும் தளர்ச்சியற்ற வன்மையும் தாழ்விலாத தன்மையும் தளர்ச்சியற்ற வன்மையும் வாழ்வினால் பயங்களும் என் வாக்கிலே வரங்களும் வாழ்வினால் பயங்களும் என் வாக்கிலே வரங்களும் பக்தியே கசிந்தலைந்து பாடுகின்ற பார்மையும் பாடுவோர் கரேக போக பாக்கியங்கள் மேன்மையும் பக்தியே கசிந்தலைந்து பாடுகின்ற பார்மையும் பாடுவோர் கரேக போக பாக்கியங்கள் மேன்மையும் அன்னை 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 அன்னைக்கு மங்களம் என்று மோங்க என் கரத்தில் இயற்கையான சித்தியை என்று மோங்க என் கரத்தில் இயற்கையான சித்தியை தந்து ஞான மூர்த்தியை தடுத்து வைத்த சக்தியாம் தந்து ஞான மூர்த்தியை தடுத்து வைத்த சக்தியாம் நாம கீர்த்தனம் பரந்து நாடெல்லாம் செழிக்கவும் நாம கீர்த்தனம் பரந்து நாடெல்லாம் செழிக்கவும் நேரிடாத இன்பம் பொங்கி வீடெல்லாம் விளங்கவும் நேரிடாத இன்பம் பொங்கி வீடெல்லாம் விளங்கவும் அன்னை 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 சரஸ்வதிக்கு மங்களம் ஞான தீபமேற்றி என்று நாம கீதம் பாடுவோம் சர்வசக்தி வாழ்க என்று சந்ததம் கொண்டாடுவோம் ஞான தீபமேற்றி என்றும் நாம கீதம் பாடுவோம் சர்வசக்தி வாழ்க என்று சந்ததம் கொண்டாடுவோம் அன்னை 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 மதியொழிக்கு மங்களம் அன்னை 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 அன்பினுக்கு மங்களம் அன்னைக்கு மங்களம் சரஸ்வதிக்கு மங்களம் மதியொழிக்கு மங்களம் அன்னைக்கு மங்களம் சரஸ்வதிக்கு மங்களம் மதியொழிக்கு மங்களம்.
We're now showing you Akka's seat in the Tulasi Puja room. This is where she used to sit whenever she visited Tulasi. So it's been decorated for Guru Purnima. Thank you, Nagraj, for the Aarti. I hope all of you were able to have a darshan of Tulasi today, as well as the Aarti. Just a quick reminder, tomorrow we will have Pada Puja in Tulasi. So those of you who are able to attend, it will start at 11 a.m. followed by a potluck sattvic lunch based on Akka's recommendation for sattvic diet during Guru Purnima. And we also invite you to share pictures of your own Guru Purnima celebrations at home. You can send it to the Tulsi WhatsApp group. So everybody has darshan of Akka's Pada Puja in your homes. Thank you all for joining us today. And we hope to see you at the next satsang tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jai Nandalala.
Jai Nandalala.
Thank you.
Jai Nandalala. Thank you.
Jai Nandalala. Matiyoli
Thank you.
Thank you, Jai Nandalala.
Thank you.
Jai
Gurubhyo
Nandalala,
Namah.
Madhyoli Sharanam.
Lala.
Jai Nandalala.
Jai Nandalala. Thank you, Jai Nandalala.
Jai Nandalala, Madhyoli Charanam.
Jai Nandalala. Matiyoli Charanam.
We'll keep the camera focused on Akka's Padam for a few more minutes.